You are about to opt in to Monerotopia, a show for the Monero community where all are welcome to join. From noob to maxi, no matter what bags you hold. Just sit back and relax to the sweet sounds of Monero's latest progress. Or if you're feeling inspired, join us on stage. Remember, the only thing that can stop Monero is a false belief that it can be stopped. And if you want to win the revolution faster, we recommend you remove your XMR from all custodial exchanges immediately. Warning, voting accidents are common around here. Don't forget to properly secure your private keys. Monerotopia starts now.
Alrighty, we are live. What's going on, guys?
Good morning, all. How was your holidays?
It was good. It was good. It was a little hectic. It was good. It was good. But now we have Penelope's birthday, which is also near Christmas, so it's like double whammy.
Oh, fun.
Which is good. More is better. It's just a lot, but it's good. How was yours? How was everybody else's?
Quiet. We didn't do a whole heck of a lot. Christmas is just kind of another day in the household. I got some new jeans and a shirt, but generally we didn't do much.
All right. Yeah, we had a bunch of family occasions, parties. It was good. And now it's snowing here in New York. It snowed last night. So that's always nice. Makes it feel a little more festive.
It was like 76 here on Christmas.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know. I'm ready to do that, though. I'm trying to convince the fam to all go hang out in maybe Puerto Rico next Christmas. That would be nice.
That's where your wife is from, right?
Yeah. That's for
Puerto Rico is nice, man. Actually, that crazy hurricane, one of them, I guess there's always a crazy hurricane. I actually watched it pass. I was in Puerto Rico. It's like 180 mile an hour winds. I watched this thing pass, like just barely scraped Puerto Rico.
Where were you?
I was in Puerto Rico. I was like on the north shore, and I saw this like one of the massive hurricanes, like one of those crazy.
It was like a Cat 5.
Yeah, it was. I want to say it was like 6, 7 years ago now, but it was one of the ones that like stopped directly over Bermuda. Like it just hung out there for like 3 days.
Yeah, they get hit, man. Puerto Rico gets hit, but they bounce right back. Yeah, how was that, Tux? I guess you don't need to say anything, but yeah, Tux won't be saying much today. It sounds like he had a good holidays. Yeah, Tux, no need to chime in if you can't.
Let's just say one thing. He's in Godfather mode right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's about right.
Bring in Monero.
He was parting from those Monero and Zcash gains. I don't know. All right, yeah, let's jump into it because we have Ulysses going to jump on, a special guest. I guess we might as well. Should we do that up front? What do you think? What do you guys want to do? What should we do today?
Is he here already?
Yeah, Ulysses is already here. Buddy, I don't know if do you want to do price report? You want to jump into that?
Whatever, man. Whatever the flow feels like.
All right. Yeah, Bawdy, why don't you take it away with price, and then we'll bring Ulysses up.
Cool. Yeah, honestly, I don't have too much regarding price. Just good news. Good news across the board.
The Monerotopia Price Report segment is sponsored by XLYX, a privacy-focused, non-custodial instant crypto exchange. Go to XLYX.com to enjoy secure and completely anonymous swaps with no KYC or sign-up. Swap between Monero and 2,000 plus assets at the most competitive rates and with no limits. XLYX.com, your fast and secure way to privacy.
All right.
Okay, so honestly, guys, we're having a pretty good Christmas here. 450 is where Monero's currently parked at, but we actually tagged 500. Had a little spike up on, maybe that was Wednesday. Yeah, somewhere around Wednesday. Actually, we had a couple of them. So, yeah, Monero's looking. I mean, guys, it just looks so good. Like it's so nice to be able to hop on the price report and tell you guys about how Monero has a good chart, good pattern, and the gains look like they're going to keep on coming. So, we're still kind of trying to break this 500 level. It's going to take a little bit of doing, probably, but that's good. That's fine. We actually want to hang out. The more time we spend at this level, the less time we're going to spend on the way back down, right? So at some point, Monero's going to break out. We're going to hit 1,000, 2,000, something like that. And as long as we're hanging out here and we've established 500 as like, a place that that price is comfortable at, then there's no reason why we have to come back down and revisit 500 later after we make some big spike. So yep, that's what we're looking at there. Let's see, we got the XMR BTC price. We were talking about it on the we were talking with Francis last week about how there's this significant similarity to the 2014 structure on the XMR BTC ratio. So kind of this W bottoming pattern, some might call it a head and shoulders or an inverse head and shoulders. But yeah, I mean, it really has kind of this reminiscent feel of what happened in 2014. So the chart in general looks like it's ready, looks like it's set up here to keep going. I'm gonna call my wave magic levels here. We want to hit that 0.1% of Bitcoin's. We want to hit 100% of Bitcoin's market cap, obviously, but apparently we've got to break through the we've got to get to 1% to get started. So but yeah, I mean, very honestly, guys, like very few charts in crypto have this kind of structure, especially a decade-long chart, because Monero versus Bitcoin has been a decade-long chart. Very few charts have held their own versus Bitcoin. Almost nothing. Like maybe Dogecoin. I don't know how Dogecoin managed to do that, but they did. So anyways, yeah, we're looking good here. We're approaching this statistical level, right? We're approaching the 0.7, 0.6 area. I don't know. I mean, I would like to say that would pose some resistance. Maybe, who knows, right? Like it's hard to say. At this point, I feel like Monero is entering price discovery mode. We haven't truly been in price discovery mode for years now, and we're about to get there. Like Monero is entering that phase, and it's great because everyone in crypto now knows what Monero is. Everyone knows that privacy is important, and there's a strong respect for what Monero is and does, and that's going to lead to price discovery very soon. So I don't know when it's going to happen, right? Maybe it'll happen in a couple weeks. Probably we'll all be celebrating gains with $500 bottles of champagne in Monerotopia in February. I hope so. All right, so that's what Monero's looking like. Let's go to crypto. It hasn't really done anything, honestly. It's just kind of like chopping sideways. Still, like Bitcoin is still trying to find its way, right? It's still trying to figure out how to get back to all-time highs. We talked about this last week. We talked about this really for 2 weeks now. The thing I expect this chart to do is more sideways chop. I expect this thing to continue sideways until at least January, when MSCI, when Morgan Stanley is going to decide whether or not Michael Saylor is actually running a company or if he's just running a glorified fund. Let's be real, he's running a glorified fund, but this decision is going to probably be the thing that moves price. So if they decide to take it easy on Michael Saylor and let him continue posting all kinds of memified nonsense, then probably Bitcoin will go back up. And that's kind of what we all want. I don't really believe in the 4-year cycle anymore, so we kind of have to we're going to have to find new, I don't know, like we're going to have to come up with something new, right? We're going to have to come up with like a different way of analyzing this chart. It seems to me at the moment, my regression analysis, which was cool like a few years ago, but what have you done for me lately? It hasn't really done anything, right? Like we are in the middle of this, of the boundaries, right? Getting to the red line is sell, getting to the green line is buy, but we haven't been anywhere near that place for quite some time. So, I don't know, maybe we got to come up with some kind of new narrative, for Bitcoin. If you have any ideas, if you have any ideas, shout it out, in the comments. Actually, I don't have the XMRChats pulled up. So if they pop up, I need you guys to help me out with that to interrupt me if we have any questions. Okay. So yeah, Bitcoin is again just chopping sideways. Expect it to continue sideways until the middle of January. Let's go to gold, because gold, there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is that gold has made new all-time highs. The bad news is that my call that we would have to wait for January wasn't. It was it broke out before January. So that's actually great news though, because this chart, like, nothing goes up in a straight line, right? Everyone's heard that. So gold broke out massively, and then it had a pretty big pullback, and we couldn't quite be sure at this point how long it would take to recover. But the fact that it just, immediately came back to the top side. Gold still has a lot of momentum here. Like, gold is still going to break to new all-time highs further and further. I don't know where it's going to stop. It's broken my models. I have no tools to analyze when this thing is gonna take a break. So,
did you see the silver chart, by the way?
I did. Yeah. It's doing better than gold. It's actually, silver is now outshining gold. Incidentally, I'm glad that you pointed that out, because this might be the thing that we will use to judge the top of the gold market, like, or at least the interim high. Because obviously they print money. Gold's going to infinity over infinity timelines. But maybe we can use the silver chart to decide, where this market might be topping out when the silver ratio returns to something, like historically big. We might say, hey, that's a spot for maybe the top, right? I think the trade here is going to be to take your gold and to buy property, to buy land with it. I think that's going to be the trade. But yeah, so silver doing really good here. This is the gold to silver ratio. So we're at 57 here. And this is actually probably a stopping point. When charts are moving this fast, when the velocity is this strong, you really you wouldn't take this trade necessarily. You might, but you wouldn't take it like in a really, really strong fashion. And you would take this spot right here, and you would look for like a reversal, and you would just take a quick little bite of profit, and then you would exit. That's really, like, when the momentum is this strong, that's the best you could do in terms of trading. But this is also the ratio, so, like, no one really trades. Like, how are you going to trade the ratio? I don't even think it's probably not on Polymarket. I doubt. Anyways, all right, let's go to the actual silver price, because that thing is sitting here at $80, $80. Honestly, guys, like, the silver price could easily reach into the hundreds of dollars. I'm not talking like $100. I'm talking like $300, $500. We could legitimately see silver reaching these kinds of levels before this thing is done. We'll just have to wait and see. Again, I got to get creative here, because I can't think of anything in a statistical sense, in a mathematical sense, that says, hey, here's a way of analyzing this chart that can account for, like, the crazy exponential nature of what's going on here. So if anyone has any ideas, like, the ratio is probably one of the ideas we could start playing with, to try and get some kind of idea. You know what? We could also look at the gold versus the S&P. So that's what this chart is here. So this chart looks really good. This chart looks really good. This is on the monthly, so just understand these are very long time frames, but it looks to me for sure like gold is going to be reaching for a little bit higher. Let's actually take a measurement here. So gold should hit another 25 to 50% higher, all other factors being equal. So the S&P, like, if the S&P 500 didn't do anything, right, if it just stayed flat, then gold would gain another 50% on it. If the S&P is going up, then that's even more gains for gold. So, yeah, just hang on to your stack. Don't be selling that. You want to ride that for a while, but maybe start looking. If you have been thinking about buying a house or buying property, now is the time to, like, really start seeing what's on the market and getting prepared to flip your gold into property, or at least some of it. So that's, obviously just my opinion, bro. All right, so let's look at the Dixie dollar index, still chopping sideways. This thing, I felt like it was going to break out to the top side, and now I'm not quite so sure, to be honest. We're kind of in territory that has never been seen before. Like, the S&P 500 is now above its 1929 blow off top. Like, the S&P 500 on the kind of month-long time frame, this thing is double parabolic. And I know it's kind of weird, because you think, oh, the stock market, right? Like, stocks are stable. But this thing is truly, like, out of control. So I don't know what they're going to do. I guess you got to print more money. The Epstein files. The government's about to collapse. I don't know, guys. This whole Epstein thing, like at some point, it feels like this thing could collapse. I don't know. Anyways, here's the 1929 top at the left, bottom left here. And then we hit that again with a .com. You draw a line there, and we are now above that. And yeah, there could be a crash. There could be a macro crash, but they're going to reinflate it. They always have to reinflate it. They can't let it not be reinflated. So anyways, yeah, stocks are looking fine as well. Let's go to the daily here to see what they did for the past week. Basically flat, like nothing really big happened here in the stock market. This week has been pretty calm overall, except for Monero is like pushing towards the upside and is, oh shit, okay, actually I hadn't checked this in the last couple days, but we did make a new all-time high in the stock market, just barely. But sure, great, you know, whatever. This thing's going to keep going until the macro tells us that it's not. So let's see what the macro is doing. Yeah, we got the unemployment took a, I mean, that's a big move to the upside. Still at 4.6%. So historically, you know, that's good. But what's not good is the fact that it's moving towards the upside, and without really getting into the reasons why, this thing starts spiking as a function of the monetary system and the cycles that the monetary system goes through. So it's not that like you don't want to think about this chart in a static sense, like, oh, well, the unemployment, how many people have jobs? That's not how we're thinking about this chart. We're thinking about this chart in the sense of what it is telling us in terms of the monetary system and the macro. From that perspective, it's got this oscillation that happens that tells us, hey, all is not well, right? Things are actually starting to kind of like look not great here. So, but that's like, again, macro moves really slowly. So, you know, don't run with that until your dad, you know, don't go tell your parents to sell their stocks yet, because that's not the trade here yet. The game is still on. When we see these bonds, the long-term bonds, when these guys crash down and they meet the shorter-term bonds, that's when we're going to start getting worried. For now, keep your gold, keep your stocks, keep your Bitcoin, I guess. No, actually sell your Bitcoin and buy Monero, because why would you want to hold a privacy? Why would you want to hold a transparent surveillance chain coin, right? No one wants to be in Bitcoin. Everybody hates it. It's terrible. It's the worst. Okay, so let's look at the gigas. We're looking at the Monero hash rate here, looking really good. We still keep pressing towards that upside. We almost hit 7 gigas. When this chart gets to like 70, 50, maybe 50, this is when I think all of us will kind of breathe a sigh of relief, because the reality is that Monero is still slightly attackable. Like, in terms of if a government really wanted to spend the money to buy the supercomputers to do the hash, right? Like, hypothetically, we could still be attackable. So this thing needs to come up like another 5x before we start to really feel comfortable that we're like kind of beyond the ability, you know, like there will be there could be attacks, but they wouldn't do it with the hash rate. They would attack it. They would attack Monero in a different way. Let's see. While we're on the topic of hash rate, I've continued to have some conversations with Nikita, and I'm trying to help him understand. And people, guys, you have to understand, the attack that happened with Cubic cannot be solved with hash rate. They bribed the miners, and they used a trick. They used a let's go to the Cubic chart. They used the market, quote unquote. They used the market to subsidize overpaying, bribing miners to go join their pool. And even despite the fact that at the very top here, the very tippity top, they were paying almost 2 times as much as the actual block reward, and they could still only get at maximum 33%. So this is not a hash rate thing. Like, if we had large hash rate, they would still be able to have a pool, right? Because they have their Cubic pool, just like anybody else has a pool. And then they use this kind of like trickery of the market to subsidize their attack, where they overpaid the miners with their token, with their high token price. So that's not a kind of thing that you can solve with just raw hash rate, because effectively it just evens out. I'm not saying this really well, but effectively, just think of Cubic like another pool, like any other pool, right? They're kind of like this break even, you know, they're paying their miners whatever they get with the block rewards, and then they turn on the attack, and they had a high token price for a moment. And because of that high token price, they were able to pay the hashers a little bit extra than the actual block reward they would get for being in another pool. And this was how they subsidized their attack. So this is actually, the problem is actually statistics. We talk, you know, I say that word all the time here on the show, but The problem is that we have a statistical, they're counting on statistical anomalies that you can, that will happen, that do happen. And so they can actually, I mean, you can reorganize the chain with just 33% of the hash rate. You can't do it for very long, right? But they can do it enough to be disruptive. And so there's kind of two different things happening here, right? There's the sense of, do we have enough to get profit, right? The selfish mining thing, right? There's literature on this. Do they have enough to get profit? That threshold is about 33%. They never really got above that threshold. They never made it into the profit territory. But the disruption territory, statistically, if you're willing to pay the money to do it, if you're willing to lose money, somewhere around 20-25% of the hash rate is where you can start reorganizing the chain at a level that causes, you know, some minor problems. So anyways, yeah, Cubic, they're done, right? That's by Cubic. Like they're not coming back. So we're what, you know, they pivoted to Zcash, I guess. I mean, I don't know, guys. Like that's kind of like the monolithic conspiracy that I'm pushing here, but not really. Okay, let's look at Zcash, because Zcash is actually pumping lately, today, specifically today. So they're trying to keep up with Monero. They want to pretend like Zcash is going to hang on, and look, we're also at $500. In fact, Monero is only at $450 and Zcash is at $500. And then CoinMarketCap is misreporting the Monero market cap because they won't include the the tail emission. So Jesus, it was fun to be able to blame it all on CZ, but he's out of the picture now. So I don't know. Can we still blame CZ? I guess, why not? Let's just blame Binance. Let's just shake our fist at Binance.
CoinGecko doesn't report the Monero market cap correctly either, by the way, because they're not including the tail emission.
CoinGecko is CoinMarketCap. They're the same. They're owned by the same people. Binance, effectively. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, where it says 6.8 billion, but realistically, I think we're over 7. I don't know. I didn't do the math there, but it's not that big of a difference. It's only a few percent, but you know, it's like, come on, guys. Like, are you, seriously? Like, why do you have to lie about everything? You know, like, can y'all just report your volumes correctly? Can you please report the market cap correctly? I guess not. I guess that's too much to ask them, but all right, whatever. Okay, so I think that's about all we got. Do we have any questions? Any XMR chats that I missed? Bueller. All right, I'm gonna take that as a no.
Let me have a look. I don't think so, though. I will read this previous one. I'm not sure if this one was from today or what, but Michael Moriarty says Merry Christmas and Christmas
Merry
tree
Christmas.
and party popper.
You filthy animals, and a happy new year.
Other than that, no, that I'm aware of.
Yeah, everybody's quiet. Meanwhile, Monero's about to break new all-time highs, right?
Yeah,
we're on the precipice here.
It's yeah. I mean, it could still take some time. We might not quite get there like immediately, but we're close.
Let's do it. Let's do it, guys. I mean, this is kind of obviously a stupid question, but what do you potentially see as the next Black Swan event, right? Like, obviously it's a Black Swan event. You can't predict it, but like we had this Cubic thing. Like, it feels like there's always another thing launched at Monero. I feel like we're so beaten down. We're kind of used to it at this point. Any thoughts on what the next like blow may be?
Maybe a black marble attack, another one. I mean, they've been pretty good about rotating. Like, there's been a new thing. It's always fresh. I don't know, but I mean, we have to count on it, right? Like, I like your thinking. I like that you're thinking about that, because we have to count on the fact that they're gonna try and do something else soon. Like, maybe not. I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, unless the privacy narrative and meme is so strong that the FUD just starts to bounce off. You know, I don't know.
That's kind of what happened, actually. Yep. Like, they did the Cubic, they did the selfish mining, and no one really cared, and the price went up anyways. I think that surprised. Like, if I'm the Cabal and I launch that attack and Monero shrugs it off and the price goes up anyways, it's like, wait, what? Nobody cares? Yeah,
exactly.
People just see that it's worth using it and keep using it despite the attacks or whatever.
The ghost of John McAfee is protecting the chart right now.
Oh yeah, what do you think of this Hyperliquid? You know anything about that?
Oh yeah, so I doubt that anyone on the show is really that interested, but like I don't think they're going to be going to trade. But so some guy made XMR1 on Hyperliquid, which anyone can do. Like anyone could just go make a token. So if you're cashing out of Hyperliquid, you can do it. You can use XMR1 to cash out into Monero, which is great in the sense of getting degens to take their profits into Monero. Because that's kind of like, I mean, I really do think like that's a good narrative for us to try and like put out there. Like it has been the case that Monero performs better than Bitcoin in a bear market. People take their profits into Monero, and of course you do. Like you have profits, you want private profits, right? So people cash out into Monero, and I think that's like one of our best price narratives. That's like where I can meet the Hitler Youth halfway. So, anyways, to the extent that Hyperliquid, helps degens cash out into Monero, I'm all about it. But it's completely like 100%. You have to trust this guy, and he could exit scam at any point. So it's so far he hasn't, and he's been honest, or she, maybe, I don't know, could be she. But so hypothetically, you can get Monero on Hyperliquid. I don't really recommend it, but if you have profits on Hyperliquid, use XMR1 to take your profits into real Monero.
All right. What do you think, with regards to the cubic attack? So, I mean, do you think it's something we can now put on the back burner? It's not as much of an immediate fix as we thought was.
Yeah, it's not an immediate.
I mean,
it's not an immediate threat anymore. It definitely is on the back burner. It's a weakness.
And the thinking is because if somebody else, it's like they'd just be trying to do the same trick again, and it just wouldn't have as much impact. Type of it. It's like it would just be less impactful.
What they were speaking very speculatively, what they were able to do was use the plausible deniability of a market subsidy of a high token price to attack Monero. Now that they don't have that kind of screen, that kind of shield, there would have to be some kind of fund inflow, right? They would have to actually put money into it somehow to attack Monero. So somewhere between that 25 and 33% threshold of hash power, because there's beyond 33%, like the rest of Monero's hash power is not for sale. Even though they were paying twice as much as the block reward, the other 66% of Monero's hash rate just didn't go to cubic, right? So it basically means most of Monero, the super majority of Monero is not for sale, but there is just enough CPU hash power that they could launch another attack. But the question is how, because they have to pay for it. And previously they were paying for it with their high token price for cubic, right? Their high cubic token price. And so it's kind of like there was this plausible deniability. Oh, well, it's just our high token price, blah, blah, blah. They would have to pump that token again somehow. They would have to inject some kind of funds, some kind of money. So they could attack us. They could do it again. But it's going to be a little bit more difficult, I think. And it's going to be a little bit more obvious this time. Whereas before they were like, oh, we're just having fun, right? Look at the selfish mining papers. Look at the literature. We can attack the chain. And now we're going to do Dogecoin, right? Like, but now if they came back to Monero, it's kind of like, no, this is actually a malicious kind of thing that you're doing. Whereas before they had the plausible deniability that it was just for fun.
Got it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my conspiracy theory.
No, I got it. Yeah. I mean, there's also this idea, too, that ultimately they wouldn't want to hurt Monero too much, right? Because they're benefiting from it existing and from its price, right? They don't want to crash Monero as they run this scam either. So there's also that balance that's taking place, right?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, too. That if they really are just like a private enterprise, like playing around, crashing Monero's price wouldn't be good for their endeavor.
Right, unless there's some government operation, right, with infinite resources.
Yeah, that's the thing is we're not really too sure what kind of connections might exist there. It kind of seemed too like that when they did a couple of the long chain reorgs. I mean, it wasn't that long, like 20 blocks, which is long enough to cause that's a problem, right? Transactions got reversed, but they seemed like they might have taken a pause and been like, wait, are we legally liable now? Because they didn't try a double spend, and they would 100% be legally liable if they tried a double spend. But I think that they stopped and said, wait, we might be legally liable even if we don't do a double spin, because somebody might get hurt from us doing this. So that might have been another factor. I don't know.
Oh, Bawdy, let me ask you this. Who will hit 1,000 first, Monero or Zcash?
Oh man, do you want my Polymarket public address?
Nobody even wanted. I put it out on X a couple of days ago, like last week, and nobody really even interacted with it. Like nobody even wants to.
Bro, no one wants to touch that.
Yeah,
it's too dangerous. It's radioactive. If I'm being honest, if Zcash can do it in the next 3 months, then Zcash wins. But if Zcash does not hit 1,000 within the next 3 months, then Monero is gonna hit it first. So that's my best non-answer for you.
All right, I see where you're going with that.
It's like they've got the momentum. They can do the thing. They could break out again, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think Zcash. I hate to say it, we could probably get there first, right? It's more speculative. All these reasons we're talking about. But Monero will get there and stay at a higher price after the the crash.
Yeah, when Zcash will tag it and then crash, Monero will hit it, and that'll just be like, because that's like our stablecoin price.
All right, good times. Any prediction on price of Monero for Monerotopia? Should we do it?
Yeah, I've been waiting. I've been waiting for you to pull that one out.
I don't know. I don't want to jinx anything. I'll say 300. No, I don't know.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. Shit, man. I mean, I'm obviously hoping for something good. It feels like the timing is perfect. Privacy season peaking.
I'm just gonna say 500. We'll just say like 500.
Like we're sitting at 5. Okay.
Yeah, like by the time Monerotopia happens, we'll probably be, I don't know if my chart's still up on the screen or not, but we'll probably be in this zone, which is a little north of 500.
I'm gonna go with 375.
Is that the 100-day moving average, bro?
Yeah, 6. Well, it's actually that would be 348 would be my actual, but I'm just gonna say 375. Like based on my calculations, 348 would be about where it should be, but I'm gonna say 375.
Shit, so we're overvalued right now, according to the.
Yes, we are.
Wait, it's the 100-day moving average you use, or did you change that?
I'm using the 180-day, the 6 month.
Okay. Why not 360? Just make it like a full year.
I have that one too, but I don't use that for my pricing primarily. I do have that one to look at though.
It's too far behind the curve. Like if we looked at the 360, we'd probably be like 200 right now.
It's like 270, 279, 281, something like that. So 291, excuse me.
Shit, that's pretty good actually.
Yeah, the 365 is at 291. So that's a little bit too far back, but I figure the 6 month is about where it should be.
Yeah, that's actually, this is one of the things I told you, bro, back like when we were at our stablecoin price, when we were sitting at 150 for like 2 years. As I said, your strategy is really good. That is a brilliant, perfect strategy when you have a stable price. But when you break out, that's the time that the moving averages, when you use that strategy, that's the time that the moving averages are going to go work against you. So we're about to enter price discovery. So,
Bawdy, what are like the next levels if once Monero breaks through 500? Like, what are the next technical levels, like the Fibonacci's or whatever?
Man, honestly, I've made myself so accustomed to stablecoin. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. I'll have to find something. We'll have to invent something. Let's see if the statistics. Maybe there's.
Well, can't you use like the Fibonacci's or whatever? I don't know.
I don't believe in Fibonacci.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, I mean, he was cool, but I mean, maybe
they're somewhat accurate. No? Yeah.
Okay, so this purple line. I don't know if you guys are seeing the charts here, but this purple line could be that's basically it's an acceleration metric. That's measured over every single candle. So every time a new candle prints, the line updates, and it's not the standard deviation. It's the standard deviation of the standard deviation, which is weird, but you could think of it like acceleration. And this line, early in charts, so if you see back here like 2018, early in charts, you tend to break that line because you're still kind of establishing a range. But later on, for assets that go up, eventually you touch the line again, and that's usually like this purple line has historically been very reliable for like blow off tops. Touching this line would kind of imply a blow off top, and I actually don't even want to touch this line. I never want to touch this line. I just want to like steadily go up. But if I really like, if you had to peg me down on like what's the absolute maximum we could do, let's say like in a crazy blow off top scenario, at the moment that would be 2,500. But by the time we get there, it'd be closer to like 4,000.
What about what about the Japanese cloud, Yakuzuka cloud?
Oh yeah, the Ichimoku.
Yeah, that one.
Let's take a look at.
I just call it the Japanese cloud.
Yeah. What are the clouds telling us?
Yeah, let's see here. What's the Ichimoku got for us? Let me delete some of this stuff.
Sam Bent saying, it was interesting seeing Russia ban XMR on the 23rd.
Did they?
For retail investing.
Wow.
I missed that.
Fuck you, Putin. You were supposed to be cool. I thought you were cool, bro. Let's see. Ichimoku. We could change the conversion period. I've never really played with Ichimoku, to be honest. It's fun to say, though.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard some news that was talking about Russia and the United States are talking about this nuclear power plant in Ukraine and talking about using it for Bitcoin mining. It's like geopolitical talks between Russia and the U.S.
Yeah, the border cities are covered with fiber optic because of the drones. Like drones are so easy to honestly, guys, drone warfare fucking terrifies me to the point that I haven't ever talked about it because the longer that doesn't happen, the better. But you can see what's happening with drone warfare in the eastern part of Ukraine. And they basically covered all of their cities with fiber optic to prevent drones from getting in there. I feel like Russia and the United States agreed to have a war so that they could practice their drone warfare, so they could update and advance.
I've been getting that same feeling, right? You're seeing so many like little things come out of there, new tactics. It's like they're just playing little war games. That's like the gentleman's, they never fight. They have a gentleman's agreement to have a war, and then they go to dinner and they make up. Yeah. They kiss and make up at like at the Bohemian Grove or whatever. It's just weapons companies testing weapons.
And this is why we need to get rid of the central banks, because it's not a big deal. Like, it's not a big surprise that the century of the central banks has been the century of warfare. 1914 with World War I, and then World War II continuing on after that. Just all central bank caused.
Yep. What are the casualties like over there at this point?
I think Russia has about 1 million casualties. Not all of them dead, but like 1 million dudes have been either injured or killed. And that's just Russia. That's just Russians. That's not even the Ukrainians.
Yeah, what's Ukrainians' numbers like? Do you know?
They're less, but in terms, like, I want to say they're like 500,000, maybe it's like 300,000. But in terms of their population, right? Ukraine has lost a lot more guys per capita.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. Like, I mean, we're supposed to have like a modern world, and literally millions of guys are still getting maimed and killed in some stupid fucking war. What the fuck?
Yep.
Well.
All right. Well, we'll move it along. We'll bring Ulysses up. Definitely excited to see what happens with Monero's price in the coming weeks. Oh, I guess I didn't give my number. I'm gonna say we're breaking 700 at Monerotopia.
All right. I'm gonna mark you down for that on Polymarket.
All right. I mean, that's pretty great. We'll probably just be sitting where we are right now.
So we got 375 from me. What was Bawdy's again?
I said 500. Which is like weak sauce.
We got to be headed towards 1,000, right? Like that's a number that's in our sights. We've been talking about this forever.
It's very achievable.
If not now, then never. I mean, it's gonna happen during this privacy run. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's it's interesting because I want to say like, well, if crypto takes off and everything goes again, then Monero will, but I don't think it matters. Like Monero is its own thing. Like Monero is establishing itself as its own beast. Like
Yeah,
it's not
it's like
crypto.
Silver, Monero, right? It's like they're having their own little bull runs here.
They'd be like all the Bitcoiners. They'd be like Bitcoin, not crypto. It's not the same. But in reality, at the moment, the price is saying it's Monero, not crypto. Like we're just we don't. I need to do a correlation analysis, but we won't do it here on live. But I looked at it, and we're more correlated than I would like to admit. But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say kind of off top. I do think the quantum thing is gonna come into play too a lot. I know we're saying privacy season, but this like the quantum scare, I do think is edging into Bitcoin.
I do think that there's a high probability that whether or not quantum is going to be like the thing, it's like whether it's actually going to break crypto or break the internet, I don't know, but that's probably the next like macro bull market. That's probably the next narrative is quantum companies.
Sure.
You don't think it's going to be you don't think it's going to be like nuclear energy with the SMRs and fusion?
Maybe, but the United States doesn't want that. Like we could have developed thorium literally 30 years ago, 40 years ago. There was the opportunity to develop a thorium nuclear like industrial base. But the United States, it's not that the United States is trying to get energy for itself. It's the United States is trying to stop everybody else from getting energy because they understand that energy is the ability to develop their raw natural resources. And so everything that we've seen for the past 50 years is basically that, is the United States trying to stop China and Russia from having easy, broad access to energy. So that's what all the oil invasions are about. It's not about securing oil for ourselves or themselves. It's about stopping others from getting that oil.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing in Venezuela right now, right? With China, right? Yeah,
exactly. So I don't believe that. Like, so for that reason alone, I would probably not buy into the nuclear power as the next bull market, like the next narrative, just because of that. The United States is actively trying to not let that happen.
We have a super chat here. Santa Claus tipped 0.001 XMR. Did you see this a few days ago? Free Software Foundation receives historic private donations in Monero. Yeah, I did see that. I have that up as a news item. I'll bring it up.
Nice.
I think they got like $900,000 worth of Monero in Monero donations. And I think the funny thing is they don't even have it listed necessarily as a donation option. Like somebody just went and donated Monero. I think that might be what happened.
They stole their address so that they could donate to them.
They'll have it now. Oh my god, that's encouraging to see.
Let's see. So I've got the correlation pulled up. I don't know if it's on the screen or not, but the correlation analysis of Monero to Bitcoin, and this is a log Pearson. You have to be careful when you're dealing with exponential charts. You have to. Anyways, it's my own script. It's not. You can't find this on TradingView. Maybe I should publish it. Anyways, we are not correlated. This is what this chart overall is saying. So you'll notice down here, this is anti-correlation, right? Negative correlation. And this is positive correlation. So at the moment, Monero is oscillating between correlated and not correlated, which makes it uncorrelated. And in terms of like finance bros, that's like a huge thing. You look for uncorrelated assets as a big FI guy. Because that protects that's basically it's a protection of your gains overall. You make more money in the long term by holding non-correlated assets. So anyways, yeah, Monero showing actually at the moment, it depends on how you want to look at it, right? Do you want to go on the daily, the weekly, the 4 hour? Currently, we are a little bit anti-correlated to the rest of crypto, but in general, we have a slight positive correlation. It's there, but it's not that strong. Like if we were to go to a different chart here, like let's just go to Dogecoin, I guess, Doge USD. So if you check Doge versus Bitcoin, you can see here, this thing is highly correlated. It almost peaks out at a 1, right? So 1 being 100% correlated. It spends almost its entire lifetime in the positive range here. So this is a highly correlated asset, whereas Monero is very different. So anyways, maybe we'll talk about that next price report. We won't go off the rails here talking about that right now.
All right. Well, clear skies ahead, guys. It seems like so. Enjoy the good times.
Yeah,
we deserve it. Well deserved in Monero land. Right? I feel like I need a clap here.
yeah, seriously.
Well deserved. Well deserved. Yes. Sip your Barolo as we blast through 500 and start discovering new prices.
Oh, one thing maybe I should put out there for the Mexico gente, the people in Mexico. XMR.cards, you can actually get Amazon Mexico. You can actually like spend your Monero with, you can get Airbnb, Amazon Mexico, Liverpool, Uber Eats, because you can't, like, they're actually different companies, believe it or not. So like back in the day, I tried to buy Amazon cards that I could spend here in Mexico, but they, like on coincards.com, they don't offer Amazon Mexico, and they're like different companies. So anyways, if you go to xmr.cards, you can actually buy the Mexico version of those. So.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Is that new? XMR.cards? Is that a new
Yeah, I was browsing around on Monerica, and I was like, XMR.cards. I just clicked it, and I didn't expect to see anything because, yeah, I just assumed that coin cards would, whatever is available, coin cards would have it. But coin cards, bros, y'all should get into Mexico. There's a lot of anarchists here that have Monero.
They should come to Monerotopia. Tell them to come. XMR.cards.
For all we know, they already are.
Yeah, maybe they already do.
Someone saw, I was talking to someone. They're like, "Wait, you're Bawdyanarchist, aren't you?" I was like, "God damn it!" No, I'm just kidding. I don't mind.
All right, let's move it along. Actually, let me quickly play a Monerotopia promo vid ad, and then we'll bring Ulysses up. All right, buddy. Yeah, stick around if you can, or jump back up for viewers on stage.
Sure thing.
Thank you. Adios.
Tendrás cenizo el pelo, pero serás más hermosa. Tendrás cenizo el pelo, pero serás más hermosa. En la Candelaria cuando llegará, en la Candelaria cuando llegará, en la Candelaria cuando llegará, cuando llegará, cuando llegará. En la Candelaria cuando llegará, en la Candelaria cuando llegará, en la Candelaria cuando llegará, cuando llegará, cuando llegará. En la Candelaria cuando llegará, en la Candelaria cuando llegará, en la Candelaria cuando llegará, cuando llegará, cuando llegará. En la Candelaria cuando llegará, en la Candelaria cuando llegará, en la Candelaria cuando llegará, cuando llegará, cuando llegará.
All right.
And then viewers on stage segment. Not viewers on stage.
The Monerotopia guest segment is sponsored by Cake Wallet. Store, send, receive, and exchange your Monero and Bitcoin safely on iOS and Android too. Cake Wallet is open source, and you always control your own keys.
Hey, Ulysses, what's going on, man?
Hey.
What's
Been
up?
enjoying
Long time.
Yeah, it's been a month or two.
Well, we talk to you often, right? Because you've been helping out with Monerotopia, but I guess for everybody else.
Yeah. No, I've been hanging out in Mexico, doing stuff, and working on things for Monerotopia. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, how's everything going along?
Oh, man, it's going great.
You could show us some of the designs if you want.
Oh, okay. So
If you have.
I was just I was at my friend's place out in Michoacan. He's got like a little design shop, and so
you already printed? That's cool.
I was just playing with some of the designs that I made, so I was just wanting to
oh, nice.
get some of those and see how they came out on the silk screen. So I had a lot of fun making that. But yeah, I think that's that will be the bag design.
Awesome.
For the merch. So
beautiful.
Speaking of merch, are you guys able to buy your merch with Monero directly, or do you have to like do
well, we have this guy that's been printing for us. We just randomly, because he's near the venue. I forget how we even initially found him. We've been trying to get him to. I think he did accept some Monero last year, but maybe this year we could get him to accept more. But no, we're currently paying him mostly in fiat, in pesos. He's not a Monero printer. Ulysses, if you know somebody that we could,
I'm trying to convince my
instead, that
friend
would-
to. I'm like, hey man, like you need to start getting into this into the Monero stuff. Only problem, he is out in the kind of a small little village.
Okay.
It's hard.
I
to
mean,
get
our
cash.
printer, we have a good relationship with him, and like it's like easy. Like he trusts us now. We just tell him what to print. He prints it, and then we pay him later. So that's the thing when you have these good relationships with businesses, right? It's like they don't accept Monero, but
That's kind of how
make it
how it
convenient.
goes, though, right? Like you gotta make relationships with people and small businesses and be like, hey,
exactly.
I'm really into this thing called Monero. I want to get into using it and paying for it. And it's like, it's not, at least in my experience, it hasn't been fast, but like that's the way to do it. Like to build the.
Oh no, yeah, we've definitely Monero pilled a lot of people along the way, like via paying people to do things with Monero for sure. Sure. And with the price rising now, it's having more an effect. Like when we go back to Monerotopia, we're all like saying, it's, knock on wood, it is going to be good times, right? We'll be at new all-time highs, right? Or have recently broken new all-time highs. And we won't be the only ones excited there. Like the vendors that were there last year that accepted Monero, that kept Monero, they're like, hell yeah, we're like, it's working. So, it's going to spread from there. Like you're going to see the marketplace. Everybody's, you know what? I'll keep some of that Monero. Like, it has that effect. And then hopefully with Monero being the way it is, it won't then, make a dump. It will, kind of go back to a norm.
Yeah. I know when we were there at the venue earlier in the year, there are some vendors there that were like, I'm very glad that I hang on to that. And they were, when I came by, I'm like, I'm going to pay Monero, right? And they're like, yes,
Caesar.
you can. Yeah.
Caesar's awesome. Yeah, he'll be helping us out with onboarding everybody in the marketplace, I think. Right? I think he's on board with that.
Yeah.
He's like the top Monero accepting vendor.
Yeah, he's excited about it. He gets the point of like why you want to use it, especially as like a small business guy, in Mexico. So yeah, it's nice to see that.
And then the other thing we got to figure out too is getting those posters hung up. Do you have the poster? Can you show the poster? Do you have it?
Yeah. How would I pull that up on my screen?
Oh yeah, just do share screen. You just do share screen, and then you can show anything you want.
One sec.
Oh wait, share screen. Did you show? I see bodies. If you do present, and then I should see it.
I don't see the option under my camera, which I assume is where that would be.
No? You should have that option. Huh. Yeah, you should see like next to the camera and the mute and the mic.
Yeah, there should be like mic, camera, present, leave, stuff like that down at the bottom bar.
The little screen with the plus sign on it.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Nope. No, I've got a funky setup, so I don't
displaying or something. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's because it's
right,
like a mobile version or something like that. But
okay.
Yeah, the poster will be. That'll be fun. Yeah. We're gonna find a crew to basically just post these up on the walls all over in the neighborhood. So that'll be fun because those guys move really fast and they keep putting stuff up. And then they just cover it up, and then they cover up another one, and so it's
it kind of has a short life once it's up there, right? It's only up there for like a couple of days, a week.
Yeah, yeah. So I think we get the timing right. It'll be cool to see that, especially if they're still if we can get them up for the event, and then people come into town, and then you'll see, half the street covered in Monerotopia posters.
Exactly. Yeah, we should try to get them up twice. I think. Get them up, in early, January, and then we'll get them up again in like early February. So then they'll be up for when people come out.
Yeah.
And yeah, anybody who's listening that wants to help out, obviously reach out, Monerotopia at protonmail.com. I'll put it in the comments. Yeah, if you want to help in any way, if you guys are, you want to help volunteer at the event itself, you want to come perform, you want to come vend something, you have some idea that you want to implement at the conference, you want to help promote it in Mexico.
That's fun. I recommend that people come early, and then we'll have loads of stickers and stuff to put up around the streets. And last year we just kind of hung out before the event, walking around at night and throwing stickers up everywhere. That was loads of fun. That was lots of fun.
We got a lot of stickers up there. And then this year, so we're having this local marketing firm help us out. They helped us out last year, but we got them out like very late in the game. I don't know if people remember, like we had like some press that showed up at the event and whatever. Didn't feel that significant, but then it actually ended up having a big impact after the fact. And they wrote a couple of articles that got published in, relatively known publications in Mexico City. And so this year we're working with them again, hopefully within time where they can make an impact before the event. So we should be able to get more of a local scene, even more so than last year. But last year already I had a decent crowd, and I do expect to just organically grow from that. Actually, we had people that brought people from the first one. So it's starting to catch, but we could do a better job of pushing it locally in Mexico. Unfortunately, I'm not from Mexico City. Like if it was in New York, right, I'd have my means. So yeah, anybody that wants to help out in that way, please do let me know. But yeah, hopefully we have a bigger local impact. Because there's so much to take advantage there. I mean, Mexico City, 20 million people. I'm sure there's thousands of people that would love to attend this event if they knew it was happening.
Wasn't there an article in like Forbes or something last year? I can't remember. There was a big magazine or something.
Yeah. There was a Mexico Forbes article on it. There were some good articles, and Andres did a very good job at working, like responding to all the journalists. So he'll be helping out again in that regard. He's running the Spanish portion of the conference again. Nice. This year we're going to do it on Saturday. Pretty much devote the first half or 2/3 of the day to Spanish talks. We have some really good guys. We do have some people that are well known locally that will be speaking as well. This guy, I think Gus.
Gustav.
Yeah. He's got a pretty big following and is known as like a crypto person locally. So he might bring a bit of a following as well, which would be cool.
Need to get a Spanish to English translator so that the English people can still enjoy the Spanish talks.
Yeah, that is true. If we could figure out a way to kind of automate that, at least like with subtitles that would pop up, but I don't know. I mean, we should be right. The tech is there. I don't know if anybody wants to help implement that. Right? I feel like that's possible. How else would we do it?
Just feed it through all like AI, let it do the auto transcribe or something.
Yeah, Derek Bros was telling me they do a good job at their conference for translating things into Spanish. I think they have it where people can like listen on headphones. I gotta ask him how he does that. Bawdy, did you go to his conference? Did you? I don't know if Bawdy's still there. He might be. Yeah, he probably stepped back. That's the other thing. Yeah, the Derek Bros conference is happening the week before, which is very cool because I'm hoping some of the people that go there will stop into Mexico City on their way to actually Anarchapulco, which happens after us. So there's a lot going on in that regard too. The freedom, liberty fighting movement is having 3 conferences within the same like
February is the month to be in Mexico.
Yeah, all in Mexico, all within a couple hours from each other. Yeah,
go up to Mexico City, then out to Puerto Vallarta.
I really wish I was able to go to Derek Rose's conference, but I'm not going to be able to swing it with then taking the time I need to take for my conference.
Yeah.
But I definitely encourage people to go. If you can get out there early, I think it's just going to add to the experience, and you'll probably, hopefully, a lot of the people that are there, will come to Monerotopia as well.
Yeah, Derek has a great conference. It's really good.
Were you there last year?
Was I don't remember if I was there last year. Maybe it was the year before. I think I was there last year, yeah.
Yeah, so that's awesome. Highly encourage people to go. I think that you could use a promo code Monerotopia when you check out to buy his tickets. You might get something, but I recommend people go for sure. Yeah, Ulysses. What else, man? What else should we bring up?
I've been.
I wish you could show the designs, but you can't find the button.
I can't find the button. Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know. I've been enjoying using the forum on XMR Bazaar. More people should be using that shit. Like, that's where I'm starting to post up stuff. I've got like a thread there where I'm just doing like a sketchbook type of thing, where I'm just putting up the various kind of sketches and doodles, things like that.
Let me bring that up. Yeah, you put one up already, right?
Yeah. I did a banner. I saw it on the front page already. Like, that's cool. I like that already.
This is really cool, right, guys? Yeah. Let me. I had this in the news, I think, as one of the news things to bring this up. So yeah, this is a new feature we just added to XMR Bazaar. I think it's pretty cool, very creative. We came up with this idea. Actually, I was in Mexico when we came up with the idea, right? I mean, Ulysses, I was like, we got to just put it up, like make it where the artist can add. And then, so we actually brought it to fruition. So basically everybody hated the AI slop banner we had up there, but it was doing the job. It's kind of the least of our concerns. We were trying to, work on the actual tech. But we finally got to the point where we're like, all right, let's fix the banner. So rather than, just having one static new design banner, the community can now participate and you can submit a banner. So upload your banner over here. And you could submit a banner, and if we choose it, right, obviously it's at our liberty to choose the ones we want, right? We're not going to put up something like offensive. We have some basic guidelines there. If you follow the basic guidelines and you submit something, we will, and it's decent, we will likely accept it and bring it up. So every time you refresh, you should be seeing a new custom made banner by the various artists, and you can see who the artists are. I don't know, it's a small screen over here, but directly underneath the banner to the left, you can see who the banner's by, and then a button to tip them.
Yep.
And then to the right is where you could click to upload a banner. And then we also added a section where we could put in a sponsor ad. So now that becomes a way to help monetize XMR Bazaar. And we are considering trying to figure out, as originally discussed in our original brainstorm, how to give a percentage of the revenue that's generated from those sponsors that are up on the banner. Give them, a couple of points in percentage to encourage them to post or reward them for their work. So if you could, the only reason I'm not saying like we're doing it right away is just because I need to do it in a way where it can kind of function on its own. I don't want it to create
more work
for me. We have to manually now, so that can be done. It can't be perfectly manual because of the way Monero is, right? Like we're, but we'll try to figure that out. We'll come up with something.
Speaking of the new features, I did run across a bug though on the mobile site.
Okay.
When you click on like the browse section, so like if I click like the all categories and then I click on like browse 6,000 more or whatever, browse all 6,000, on the mobile site, what happens is there's a category sidebar that comes up, and it pushes the listing pictures off screen somewhat. So you have to close that banner in order to get the listings to show up all on screen, because otherwise the first column is on screen, but the second column gets cut off.
You have to shut the categories thing.
Yeah, you have to to close that. There's like a little X on the categories thing, and you have to close that, and then they go back. So,
well, I want the categories thing to pop up, and then people have to close it, but it shouldn't be disrupting the
This is on mobile. On desktop, I'm
Okay.
assuming it's not a problem, but on mobile, it's definitely a problem because it's
Yeah,
pushing.
no, I use it on mobile all the time.
Do it. Do it. Open the site.
So when-
Click on like browse.
Okay. Right.
Um,
Yeah. So then I just close the category. I just close the categories.
Yeah, but do you see how it's like pushing that thing off to the off screen or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I don't-
that's what I mean.
Yeah. So then, how do you recommend we do it where the categories pop up? I don't know. I don't know how that could.
If you want that sidebar to be open, you might have to. If you want that categories bar open, you might have to either set it to one column while it's open instead of two, or have that bar automatic not be open by default.
Yeah, I want the bar open by default just so for people to kind of learn that it's there, and I do think it makes it. I'm most concerned. The reason why I really want that categories bar is mostly for like the jobs listings, right? Because I mean, it's hard to really just navigate and sort, given our current layout, right? It's not really. There's no quick way to get an overview on all the for jobs, for example, right? Like you want to be able to see whatever graphic design, tech, the whatever the different thing, right? Get a snapshot overview. This is how people are accustomed to. It would make sense. It's the most efficient way if you're searching for a job, right? So that's where the wanting to have categories pop up, and obviously that's useful for other sections as well. But I hear what you're saying. I mean, yeah, I don't know if we make it not auto open, or maybe after you. I think what we wanted it to be after you close it the first time, then it doesn't auto open. If we could get it to do that,
I would say either one of three things. Either A, make that thing one item long, like make the list one column long, and then have the bar auto open like it is now. And then if you close it, refresh the page, because I know that this is not JavaScript or whatever. So I would either refresh the page with two categories once it's closed, or with two columns once it's closed, or not have the bar open at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would say. Do one of those two.
Okay. All right. Appreciate the feedback. Yeah. Anybody ever have feedback? Please do let us know. I mean, nobody really does. Nobody's shy in XMR Bazaar. That's for sure. We get a lot. We get a lot of feedback. We got the troll box going. Oh, this fucking sucks. Oh my god. Like people couldn't handle the AI banner. I was like, guys, we're working on other things. Like, just ignore it. It's not. It's not making the site worse. It's a waste of space. I agree there. So we definitely turned lemons into lemonade, I would say, and it's definitely no longer a waste of space. It gets the community involved. Artists can create. They can earn Monero via tips and via this sponsorship share. So we're giving a new way for people to earn Monero. It's benefiting the people that are visiting the site. They get to see different banners, keeps things interesting, and then it also becomes a place to post to sponsors. So
yeah, I'm personally super excited about that, because it's like I've got loads of ideas, but it'd be amazing to see more people, other artists and designers jumping in on that and just turning that banner, the homepage banner, into something really cool, something that makes XMR Bazaar not just useful, but dope to use.
Yeah. We gotta work on how they're displayed. I mean, that's a little hard to do, but once again, on desktop versus mobile, it's hard to get that right.
I think the making the template file for uploading it very kind of clear of look, this is, you got to consider, how the file will shrink or change. And things like that. But
yeah, we have that.
I was
here.
actually thinking about making a visual, like an overlay that somebody could throw into Procreate or Photoshop, and then just.
Well, we have a template. See, here I could bring it up.
Okay, yeah.
We have a template for each for mobile and desktop. So hopefully that helps get people to make it right. Yeah, I mean.
I like this. I like this dark banner by Pink Clipper. I'm looking at it now, and I actually really like that one.
Yeah, that is a nice one. Ulysses, this is a nice one, but it gets cut off on mobile. I like it though. It's got the whole marketplace in there. Obviously, this is from similar to what the swag that we'll have for the conference.
Yeah, the
It's very
VIP
nice.
mug is going to look a bit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So I'm excited about that too. So yeah, that's been fun. I've got loads of loads of variations and things like that. That's what the posters are going to be too. That'll go up on the walls around the neighborhood. So I think they've done like 7 or so designs just showing the exchange, the market happening, people trading, Monero for whatever, whether it's, food or shirts or, gifts.
Yeah, we got to get it
Choco-hongos.
going in Mexico City. We got to get XMR Bazaar going in Mexico City as a result of Monerotopia. I had people coming up to me last year that wanted to help grow it there. I think we're ready now. That's another thing. We added this. Basically, you could sort the entire thing by your region. So, you can just look at posts relevant to Mexico, for example. And then the translation, we are working on that right now. So I have somebody doing the Spanish translation. It's actually somebody that helps out with Monerotopia that lives down in Mexico City. So that will be the first full translation that we put up, will be the Spanish translation. So we'll be ready to rock and roll for Monerotopia and then try to grow it locally. Because it just, I think, there's real utility there, right? Beyond it just being Monero based, it's a way to sell things with digital cash, right? The government can't see what you're doing on it. It's all legal goods and services, but like having a garage sale, going to a farmer's market, there's something to be said for being able to, use cash for buying your goods and services. And so that relates to anywhere. I think so. Even in Mexico, maybe we could get some traction there as well.
I find it so weird that people try and put up stuff that shouldn't be sold on XMR Bazaar, and I'm just like, report.
Yeah, it's
report,
really annoying.
report,
It's like,
report.
Like the people that are thinking like, oh, but this should be like, a free speech maximalist platform where, yeah, that's great. That's what the dark markets exist. And if you want to go do that, you could go do it. And there is value there. I don't deny it. I'm not saying, I wish I could make dark markets disappear. That's the freest of free markets. But there's something to be said what we're trying to do here, which is legal goods and services there, because there's a lot of value there too. And we don't want to create a situation where a platform like that can exist because it just gets taken down because you try to push it too far. Like let's reap the benefits of being able to have a Monero-based Craigslist. There's a lot of benefit just in that. It doesn't need to cross threshold into illegal territory, right? Like it's not.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be edgy for it to be effective. And in fact,
no,
it's probably
because you're
going to
getting
be
the
less
benefit.
effective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can buy my kitchen fire extinguisher from Monero.
Right. You can live off of Monero, right? That's what you're achieving, right? Like if you need other things that aren't on this bazaar, that are on dark markets, sure, go get them. But you could effectively live off Monero legally on XMR Bazaar. And that's the goal. That's the goal for sure. Which is cool. It's happening.
Yeah.
The other thing too is, I guess I won't say it now, but yeah, I think I hinted at it in the past. But I'll hold off actually on that next comment. Yeah. All right, man. What else we got? What else should we touch upon?
People need to be using the forum more. Like it's nice that that's there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. The forum. I wish that was getting a little more traction. People are using it. But it's not like I see like a post every day. But it would be nice. Maybe if more people just realize that it's there, because I think it's pretty effective. And then you get the tips in Monero, right? I don't know how often people are tipping.
I've seen a couple accounts that have been posting that, that have been tipped. So I think Aaliyah has been one that's been tipped for sure.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think we could do to make it better? I mean, we just need better content in there, really. I mean, feature-wise, do you think it needs any better, like, features to function?
I mean, I like the fact that it's tied to, like, Signal or, whatever, like, communication thing you have tied into the account.
Oh, so you get the alert. Right.
Yeah, like, that's helpful, like, getting the alert like that. So, but, yeah, I think it's just... Come on, people, just start posting stuff up. Have some
people just gotta
interesting
start posting.
conversations. Have some silly conversations. Talk about like the latest and greatest memes, or like get into some serious, deep philosophical discussions with people on there.
Yeah, I mean, I think the general sections we have are good. Obviously, you're going there for help regarding XMR Bazaar, suggestions, marketplace discussions. So you could talk about all the stuff that you talk about in the troll space. You could talk about here. Just have extended conversations about the marketplace itself, like what it's lacking, ideas of what you want to sell, whatever it may be. Then we have the general section. That should be getting used more. People just like talking about, kind of like our Monero, right? That's where the general section could take place there. Casual chat.
We have an XMR chat here from Nihilist who tipped 0.00123 XMR. Nihilist is looking for Rust developers for writing proof of concepts for a new darknet, by the way. Hit me up on XMR Bazaar, people. XMRBazaar.com listing CWGF. Love seeing the serious effort put into the parallel economy, guys. Keep it up. Thank you for that, Nihilist.
Down your volume just a bit, Bawdy.
Oh, sorry.
Awesome. Yeah, so I guess he posted a listing. Looks like he's hiring Rust developers. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. So whatever can be done to improve forums, I don't know. I think it's just a matter of like you said, getting people to use it. The functionality is all there, and it's unique in that you can send the Monero tips. So it's actually should have an advantage over other forums. I think it just needs to gain some traction. Maybe we're not. Well, it's up in center. I think it's better displayed now that we changed the UX or UI here. So the buy and sell map and forum. So maybe if we start posting, if we could somehow show like new, like kind of like you got mail kind of thing next to the forum. So show there's new posts there, so people know to click on it. Like the amount of new posts since somebody last clicked on the forum. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so it'd say like forum and then like open parentheses 15 or whatever.
Yeah, there'd be like a little like in the mail section, right? Like a little like notification. So say like you got, there's like three missed forum posts,
Kind of like the troll box.
Don't know that I would do it as a notification, just because of the fact that the notifications are useful for like orders and stuff like that. So I don't know that I would.
Yeah, no, not sent as a notification. I mean, like I'm just like when you see the little icon with the mail with the envelope, right? It shows you that you have new mail in the envelope, right? Same concept.
Yeah, or like on the troll box, how it says like how many people are online in the troll box. It could just be like how many posts have been put up in the.
Could be like that.
In the
Exactly.
forum.
So that could maybe help. All right. Oh, here we go. About the forum. The forum is great, but when I want to tip someone, it always says that the person has not added a tip address, so I cannot tip. Okay, that's a problem we need to solve. Maybe somehow encourage people to do that so it becomes possible to tip. Yeah, so we need better UX. When people go to post on the forum, they need to kind of be reminded that they need to add a tip address, right?
Is there a reason why it's separate from like the account tip address?
Yeah, I don't know why Anarchio did it that way. He obviously had some reasoning.
Maybe something as simple as just like doing a raffle and somebody gets tipped, 0.02 XMR.
Yeah, or I think like kind of reminding them in the workflows of when they go to create their first forum post, it can kind of alert them like that they don't have a tip address added, so they won't receive tips unless they add one.
Maybe like some kind of Monero faucet, where it's just like you make a forum account, you complete your profile, and you get like a minimal amount of Monero tip to you.
Yeah. Let me tell.
But that sounds manual.
Yeah, no, nothing manual. There's already a lot of manual things that happen on XMR Bazaar because it's it is an active forum, right? You gotta constantly deal with new situations. I mean, Aaliyah does that, and she's doing a great job. She really is. She really does a great job. I think she's kind of on vacation right now. I don't know if she's on some wild adventure. if she is in fact a real person. I don't know. I mean, she's like, I'm gonna go surf the big waves in Portugal, like, or whatever it may be. Like, it's like she's like an extreme, like she does these extreme sports, extreme adventures. She's, you know, a true like anarchist, cypherpunk, pretty amazing person. But AI is in the name, guys. I don't know. She might be too good to be true. Very mysterious. Same with Anarchia. I mean, he's like an angel in the Monero community that came down. And it's like, let me help you with XMR Bazaar. He's doing an amazing job. So dedicated, and he's earning more as we go. So he's happy. He's doing well. He's happy. It's all working out, guys. All right, Ulysses, man. Anything else you want to bring up? Otherwise, I'll go ahead and I'll bring up the news. Keep it moving along. I feel like people are like chilled out. They ate a lot over the holidays. They're
still recuperating from the food.
Or is in holiday mode, which is fun. Yeah. It's not even New Year's yet. I was almost not going to do a show today. It is the holidays. But
yeah, I was kind of surprised you chose to do one.
Monero's on fire right now. Like, we gotta hang out. This is like, let's enjoy the good times.
It's Santa's gift to everybody.
Yeah, should be wearing my Monero sweater right now. We have 84 live viewers, guys. Like and retweet. Let's get more people in here. I'll do the news.
Sign up on the forum. Start posting stuff. Get your tip addresses in.
Get to work. Get to work. Spread Monerotopia conference. What always like irks me is when I meet somebody like new, like in the Monero community at some event or something, and like they don't know Monerotopia conference. I'm like, what? I'm like, how are you in Monero? Like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Please tell me. Like, you don't have to go to it, but at least know it exists. Like, we got to do a better job at getting the word out on things that we have in Monero land among each other. Like, we're so private. We got all our own little parts of the internet, which is good, right? We're like cockroaches. It's hard to stomp us out, but we also need a better network of communicating among each other in our little cockroach holes.
Yeah,
right?
like some sort of network.
Like, it just blows my mind that there's still people that don't know about Monerotopia. Like, yeah, it's if you're into Monero and you're down to come out in public, highly recommend you come out to Monerotopia. Spread the word among like the noobs that are getting into Monero, this whole new Monero class, right? There's a whole new, the 2025 class, 2024 class. There's a lot of Monero noobs out there now that are just discovering Monero.
I feel old. I'm class of 2022.
Yeah. We're forgetting, like we're not really communicating with those people too. Like they're doing their own Monero thing, which is fine. Do it, but you know. You could come hang out with us too. Come to Monerotopia.
It'll be fun. There'll be mezcal.
Yeah. I know some of them want to fight me publicly in a ring. I mean, who knows? I mean, come down, make it happen. I'm not gonna plan it, but if you really
get some Mexican wrestling masks.
If you really think it's gonna be good for the views. Oh yeah, that would be amazing. Right.
Oh man, yeah, we should make like Mexican wrestling masks for the people that are like really like privacy focused and like I don't want to show my face in public. Great, come here. We've got Mexican wrestling masks for you. Just put it on before you enter the ring.
I have yet to even go to one of those. That's I got to do that this time around. That's
I think there's
people
a
can do when they're down there. It's a fun.
I think there's a place that's pretty close to the venue that does like the wrestling nights like every weekend or something. I'll have to
I know some people went last Monerotopia and they said it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a fun time. Very Mexican.
It's a fun culture, man. I'm sure they're having a blast right now during Christmas. It's like Christmas every day anyway. Like with Christmas, they must be having a good time down there.
Oh yeah, December is like the whole month is just festivals and celebrations and saints and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they really have their priorities straight in a lot of regards down there in Mexico. Family first, hanging out, good times. All All right, guys. Yeah, let me go ahead and bring up the news or run the news. I don't know, Tux, if you're there. Tux is there. He's standing by. Just can't talk.
The Monerotopia Weekly News segment is sponsored by WizardSwap.io, a non-custodial cryptocurrency exchange.
All right, wait, I shared the wrong screen here. Hold up, let me bring up the news. How did that one end up over there? Okay. All right. What do we got? All right, so first news item is Nic Carter. So he's like a Bitcoin OG, one of the early guys who was thinking big with regards to Bitcoin, who really understood it better than most in the early days, really grasped it, was spreading it, kind of like not an Andreas Antonopoulos, but he has that aspect to him. So he's been talking a lot about the quantum stuff. Today, Adam Back accused me of making uninformed noise about quantum in order to manipulate the price of Bitcoin because I think the Bitcoin dev community is underselling the risk. So yeah, Nic Carter is like kind of sounding the alarm on the quantum risk, which we were talking about. And so he's serious about it. He thinks a lot of the Bitcoiners, like Adam Beck, obviously, who's very well respected, one of the main devs, potentially part of the Satoshi ring that started Bitcoin, right? He's kind of underplaying it. Nic Carter is sounding the alarm, and here are his 10 points of why he thinks we should, there should be a concern in Bitcoin with regards to quantum. Governments are planning for a post-quantum world. Qubit counts are scaling rapidly. Investment in quantum firms is inflecting. Several major quantum milestones have been achieved this year. Quantum firms project breaking elliptic curve cryptography by 2028 to 2033. That's very close. I mean, that's what all crypto is built on. And he's saying quantum firms are projecting that they'll be able to break ECC by 2028. The number of qubits needed to break crypto systems is dropping. Bitcoin is itself a bug bounty for quantum supremacy. I mean, that's probably like the biggest scare, right? Is the fact that Bitcoin would likely be one of the first targets, if not the first target, right? There's all this thing like people are like, well, the whole world is broken if we figure out how to break, if quantum computers figure out how to break cryptography. So it won't matter at that point. Well, no, Bitcoin would probably just be the first thing. It's kind of like the canary in the coal mine, and then everything else will upgrade. But Bitcoin, if they could do it, they're going to go after these big Bitcoin wallets that are just sitting there, right? Where it's like direct enrichment. You literally turn the quantum computer into being able to retrieve a massive bug bounty for breaking ECC. So yeah, that's definitely a concern. Quantum is a race with geopolitical stakes like AGI. AI could accelerate the pace of quantum development. Credible people have revised their quantum timelines. So yeah, I think it's a big story. I think it's something to keep an eye on for sure.
I think if I had a quantum computer that could break cryptography, though, I'd go drain JP Morgan first.
Yeah, but how do you even directly do that? There's no like bearer asset that you could just steal and then. I mean, you could tank it. You could short JP Morgan and then like tank them. I guess you could do that.
You could short it with like 100x leverage and then break it just to prove that you can. And then
but that takes more work than just retrieving some Bitcoin and going to sell it, right? And you could be complete anon, right? I mean, it's an anon way to freaking become a billionaire overnight. I mean, obviously you're tanking Bitcoin as well, but I guess you're then quickly moving it all into Monero. I mean, I don't know, or Monero and Zcash. I don't know. We got to talk about Monero's quantum resistance. I know we have some things up our sleeves with regards to full chain membership proofs. But I would like to see more discussion around proving Monero from a quantum standpoint.
difference between Monero and Bitcoin, though, is that Monero is actually willing to hard fork if we need to.
Yes, but we need to start. We need to come up with the plans now, right? We need it on the roadmap.
Oh, absolutely.
We need solutions. We need to be able to, know how to react, respond. Luke Parker, I think that's next on his list, right? I mean, he said it. That's what he's most interested in working on after full chain membership proofs. So as long as he's sticking around Monero and working on Monero, I think that's what we could expect. Perpetual Cow XMR is now the 10th biggest spot pair on Hyperliquid, just one day after launch. I think we mentioned this before. Yeah, I don't know anything much about Hyperliquid. If anybody wants to chime in on that, but it seems like it's bringing,
that was fast,
potentially bringing more liquidity into Monero, right? I don't know much about Hyperliquid though. What do we got here next? All right, next story. Slow Bear Digger. Here's a new Monero guy. I don't know if he's been around and just recently started being public, but I've seen him a lot now, and he's doing a lot of work, like coding, coming up with like little apps and stuff for Monero. It's very cool. Hey y'all, just dropped XMR Retail.store. It's a zero knowledge POS system for sellers rocking Monero. All open source, no servers spying on you. Data stays encrypted in browser. Watch only security using private view keys. Scan the blockchain. Features fast sync with Monero. Custom QR codes. So yes, sounds pretty cool. I haven't tried it out. I haven't really looked at it. I don't know what we got to do here to get it to go. Access terminal, enter master key, unlock store vault. Yeah, I haven't given it a go, but if anybody has any insight into that, please let us know with the viewers on stage. But I have seen he's been working on a couple of things. So exciting to see. Slow Bear, if you're out there, you're listening, and you ever want to jump on Monerotopia, please do. You are welcome. Next story. Breaking. The Trump administration is in talks with former intelligence analyst Edward Snowden for a total and complete pardon, as well as Snowden's return to the United States. These talks are reportedly being led by Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard. That's big news. I mean, I think if it was, if Trump hasn't already, pardoned others, I think maybe we'd be apprehensive to believe that this could be true. But seeing what we did with Ross Ulbright, for example, and what we hope will happen with Samurai, I wouldn't put this out of the realm of possibilities. So I think listen, I don't know what everybody's opinion is of Snowden, but he certainly really sounded the alarm on the fact that all of society is being spied on by the U.S. government. Obviously, those in the know knew already, right? They already it was already obvious to them. But for us normies out here, when he really sounded the alarm and said, no, it's not theoretical. We live in a mass surveillance state. Kudos to him for getting that information out there. It's definitely had an effect on the world. It's inspired a lot of, what we see with Monero, right? Monero is one of the solutions there to the problem that he pointed out. Snowden is a Zcash guy, though. He was part of the ceremony that launched Zcash that recently came out. I don't know, like a year ago. It came out pretty recently. We had always known that there were others involved in that initial ceremony when they initially launched Zcash because it had a trusted setup. Peter Todd was involved in it, and they went through all. There's actually a good PBS piece that was on it when it happened. Go back and listen to it. It was actually pretty interesting. Obviously, people are concerned of what may have happened during that ceremony. But Snowden was involved. It was revealed that he was one of the participants, which is pretty crazy. And in the past, it's always been sus that he never mentions Monero, right? I think he finally started mentioning it alongside. I think there's been mentions now. So kudos to him for actually now saying the M word. Wish he would say it more. I feel like he'd have more credibility, at least from the Monero community, right? Like, if you're Mr. Surveillance state, and you're not out there talking about Monero as a potential solution, literally the privacy coin that is most used, you got to wonder why. But I think it's obvious. I think he's got Zcash bags, right? He's human after all. So what this would mean, actually, for privacy coins, Zcash, and I'd say Monero too, for sure. If he gets released, I think it's just yet another step in the right direction, towards, setting policy that the U.S. government is pro untraceable digital cash. So that's my positive Monero spin on that story, and I would like to see him pardoned. Why not? Of course. Next story. Fluffy Pony posted this. This is insane. I don't really know what's going on here. New under UK legislation, anyone developing end-to-end encryption is now labeled as a hostile actor. So there. Am I showing this? Or can you guys see it? Okay. Let's see if I can. Let's really see it too well. So I don't know if this is legislation that was. I guess this is legislation that's being proposed, and they're defining what they consider engagement in hostile activity, and basically describing, since hostile activity does not require any knowledge or tasking by a foreign state, the phenomenon of double ignorance could arise. A person may be engaged in hostile activity if they do something which, unknown to them, threatens national security and which is in the interest of another state, or also entirely in the dark. For example, the developers of an app whose selling point is end-to-end encryption, which would make it more difficult for UK security and intelligence agencies to monitor communications, they would be considered that would be considered engaging in hostile activity. So, and they're listing an example there, which would be basically providing something like Signal. So I don't know at what stage this legislation is at. I assume it's not something that's been passed. I don't know. I don't know if people have more info on that. But troubling nonetheless. We're seeing a lot of examples coming out of the UK of, technocracy. So that's just yet another scary example. I'm starting to see in the comments if there's like anything good. Okay. All right. Next story. We had mentioned this before, but let me bring it up. So the official Monero account tweeted this out. Free Software Foundation receives historic private donations. These extraordinary donations totaling around 900,000 USD worth of Monero, both made to the FSF in the cryptocurrency Monero, are among some of the largest private gifts ever made to the organization. So very cool. So somebody's out there supporting the Free Software Foundation and is doing it with unstoppable, untraceable, censorship-resistant digital cash. Monero. Monero is the tool that is chosen for those purposes by those who know the best, right? Last story, not directly Monero related, but I thought I'd bring it up. I saw it pop up in the feed last night. This guy, Nick Shirley, he's an independent journalist of sorts, just a kid hanging out on X who's got into essentially journalism. He goes out there, he hits the streets, he reports on things. And now he's like really upping his game. He's doing like investigative journalism. And he just did this piece. I watched the whole thing last night. It is wild. It is wild. He did a piece on exposing the fraud in Minnesota that is taking place. Basically, the state government there and local governments are are funding Somalian businesses that don't really exist, funding them millions and millions of dollars to run childcare facilities, autism clinics, where it's obvious that they're not actually running the businesses. They're just addresses at buildings. And he completely exposed this fraud. He did it in partnership with some guy from Minnesota who was like been working on this for a long time, just some like citizen who've, figured it out on his own, just driving through the streets of the city and seeing, kind of putting the pieces together and realizing these were all fake businesses, and like doing his due diligence and like foiling the government and like getting all the information, and like realizing that there's like billions of dollars have been going through this like outright scam that's basically using U.S. taxpayer dollars and Minnesota state taxpayer dollars to fund these Somalian groups that who knows what they're even doing with the money, and worse so, they're just receiving it fraudulently. They're not offering anything in return. They're just taking advantage of these like grants that are out there, and it's just it's a complete heist. There's so much of this that happens in all parts of government, but this is like super blatant. Usually it's less blatant. This is just ridiculous. So awesome to see that this, that technology is winning in this way, right? So Nick Shirley here is using X. He's got his camera, right, or whatever. He's got his phone, and he's out there, and he's making a difference by doing these stories. And I do think there's a Monero connection here, right? We'd like to see these people use Monero. Maybe he could start collecting donations in Monero, right? If you're going to be doing controversial content like this that powerful people may not like, you want to do it in the most censorship-resistant way possible. You want to protect your donors. You want to protect yourself. You don't want everybody to know how much donations you're receiving. So yeah, we'd love to see him start accepting Monero. And I would love to see Monero start helping to partake in growing these ecosystems, these free speech ecosystems, where people, where people are out there.
The Minnesota government is going to give the fake Somali businesses Monero.
or they're moving their fiat into Monero. that could be that. Maybe that's what's happening. Or they're running Monero miners. They're using the electricity and running Monero miners in their fake businesses. No, that hasn't played out that way, but yeah, I do think Monero indirectly comes into play here, because people are out there doing risky things like this. They should be getting funds in Monero. They should be receiving donations in Monero and giving their followers an opportunity to donate in Monero so they could stay anonymous. But yeah, kudos to him, man. I like his work. Did you see it? Do you happen to take a look at that?
I haven't seen it, no.
Yeah, I recommend people check it out. It's cool. Maybe Tux saw it, but Tux doesn't have a voice. All right. That's really all I had for news today, guys.
I have one thing.
Go ahead.
ACX, who is the developer of Monfluo, is asking for CCS, and he's looking for 8 Monero to do development for Q1 of 2026.
I'm sorry. What is it that he's built?
The Monfluo wallet for Android.
Tell us what that is again.
It's a wallet similar to Cake and Monerujo and stuff like that. Stack, like other mobile wallets. And he's just looking for 8 Monero from the CCS.
Okay, to further develop it?
Yeah.
Okay. What is he looking to do? What type of improvements is he looking to make?
He's looking to add the address books and StageNet and mainnet versus StageNet, mainnet, and I think that was it, but I can't remember exactly what else. It's in the proposal stage right now.
And so what do you think of this? It's a good wallet? It's like
I use it all the time.
Nice. And you like that it's like pure Monero?
Yeah, it's
Right,
got
there's
no,
no-
it's got no fiat, it's got no trading, like it's got no
Right,
exchanges, it's
no
nothing.
exchanges
It's
built in. Okay.
yeah, it's literally the equivalent of taking your wallet out of your back pocket and having cash in it. There's nothing else in it at all.
That is cool. That is cool. That's that. Would you say that's the best wallet that's trying to do that use case? Because there's others, right? What's I remember there's another one that it had a different name, or maybe it's related to this one.
Ananero?
Ananero. Yes, Ananero.
Yes, Ananero. I don't know if that one's still under development or not.
Yeah.
I think it might be, but I won't swear to that.
Okay. Center clause tipped 0.0069696969, repeating. Thank you, Douglas, for doing the news today. Yeah. Thank you, man, for the generous tip. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and move to viewers on stage. I see we got maybe Neelis wants to jump up. I see he's up there, over there. I'll put the link, the join link in the chat. Anybody new wants to jump up? Today would be a good day for it. It's chill out here. It's good times. Monero's flying high. And Tux, if you're there, we could run viewers on stage.
The Monerotopia Viewers on Stage segment is sponsored by XMR Bar. Play dice with Monero using a privacy-respecting and provably fair algorithm. Go to xmr.bar. As always, verify and never trust.
Please gamble responsibly in accordance with the laws of your jurisdiction.
All right. Ulysses sticking around. Neelis, what's up?
What's up, everyone? How's it going?
Good, man. Good. Enjoying privacy season.
Nice.
And then we have, SA. What's going on?
Hey, guys.
How's it going, man?
Hey, sorry if my sound is not a bit clear. I'm not using a microphone. It's the one on the laptop. So sorry if it's not too clear.
You sound like you're in the middle of a gym.
Yeah. It sounds like you're in a
the
big open
microphone.
space.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
I was gonna say church. It's in the church of
Yeah.
Monero. It's speaking
Ninja
to
Turtles.
us from above.
It sounds like you're in the Ninja Turtle tunnel.
As long
What's
as
going
the
on,
sound is clear, I'm happy with that.
You have some XMRChat news. I haven't talked much about the new. We mentioned it, I think, in the news last week. The Super DM feature, right?
Yeah. We actually published it like a few hours ago before the show. And you can already, I think your premium page, you can already have access to that. That's only available for the premium pages right now.
Okay. All right. Let me see if I can. Oh, all right. I see
Try
something.
to make it similar to how it's done in XMR Bazaar. It is like encrypted between the streamer and the viewer. Basically, also the viewer doesn't need to create any account or anything. He just only has to keep the key and the ID that is given to them, and they can get back to the Super DM whenever they want using them too. Yeah, it actually requires two things. One is you need to have at least one notification enabled for Super DM. One is like you have to create your keys basically for encryption and save them. That's all.
Oh, okay. So you have to create a new set of encryption keys. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
The streamer or the creator creates set of keys. That's the only one he needs. But the viewer, for every time he is going to create new Super DM for any page, it doesn't really matter how many times, he has to create different keys for each of them because there is no login for viewer. We haven't set it up that way, so it's easier for the viewer to just get it started. There is no account.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from the viewer's perspective, and so for people to fully understand what this is, so this is basically, we're calling it Super DMs, right? So currently on XMRChat, you could send Monero-based Super Chat. Now you could send a Monero-based Super DM, and basically the idea is the streamers, content creators, or anybody at this point it makes sense for, right? You don't even need to be a content creator per se, because you may benefit from this feature. This becomes a way for people to essentially access you and pay to send you a DM. So, you know, like Vic, for example, you want to get his attention, you send him a super DM. And if he connects on his side, he's connecting his Signal, right? So we have it that Signal can be connected, and what are the different options? Just Signal?
It's Signal. We have SimpleX, Signal, and email. 3 types of notifications can be enabled.
Awesome.
But at least one of them should be enabled for you to be able to use it, basically. That's because like when someone tips, we want the streamer to be able to get notified as fast as possible and answer to them.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so I assume Signal will probably be the most used. Obviously, a lot of people in Monero like SimpleX. So we tied this similar. Basically, we're using this similar thing on XMR Bazaar, but now it's become a super DM on XMRChat. So I think it can become basically a way to pay to contact anybody, because you know that it's going to their Signal chat or their SimpleX chat. You're actually getting their attention. So yeah, excited to see if it actually gets used for those purposes. There's been attempts in the past. Other people have tried this with crypto. It was only kind of the first use cases for like Bitcoin. I remember people were trying to do it back in the early days. I don't remember what they were calling it back then, but it was like similar. Like you were paying some Bitcoin to send somebody a message, right? To know that you're getting access to them. So I'm hoping it does get used for those purposes. I mean, maybe there's some little tweaking we need to do to encourage people to use it. Oh, I know one of the things I wanted to do. I've said it before in the past. I don't know. Maybe you could let me know. I think it's on the to-do list on the roadmap. But basically, making it so people can then send this would be great if I could send a super DM via XMRChat to somebody who doesn't even effectively have an XMRChat account yet.
Oh
yeah. What do you think? You think that's feasible?
It should be, but like there are some tricks to that. Like I don't know. There, for example, let's say first thing is we get to hold the Monero. So that's one thing. Right now with XMRChat, we don't hold anything. We just directly send from the viewer to streamer. That's one thing. Second thing is like, what if the user doesn't, for example, come and collect their Monero at all, doesn't create their page at all? There are some cases, but maybe if they're addressed, they could be. It could be feasible, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so people understand. So the idea would be to like use X, right? So you could effectively send somebody Monero via their X account or to their X account, and their X account, it would get tweeted out like, you know, at Donald Trump, you just received an XMRChat DM, right? You could go retrieve it here. Would Trump retrieve it and log in and verify his X account? Probably not. But, you know, there might be more low-hanging fruit people, you know, us that aren't maybe that high up on the ladder, but would see value in retrieving their Monero, right? And then start using it for those purposes of receiving super DMs. So I don't know. That's the thinking. I think it could be cool if we get the workflow to work. But very exciting to see that super DMs have been added. I have not configured mine yet. I won't do it now on air. But I assume it's
fine. But you can do it. But the only case you should hide is when you are creating encryption keys. You should maybe disconnect the screen, create it, and then take them. You can actually change them as well. You can, if you create them now, you can later change them, and the previous ones would be it would not be useful anymore. You can even
okay. Yeah. Well, it seems very straightforward. I mean, so you'd put the amount that you want to be the minimum amount that somebody has to send you for them to send you a super DM, which is very cool. And then you can activate it, turn it on, turn it off.
Yeah, you put the activation because like if someone has already set up everything but doesn't want to right now receive any super DMs, so they can just use that to disable it.
Awesome. And then where do you connect? And then the connecting of the signal and whatnot, was already done on your notification section. So it's not like you're doing that.
You can actually directly go there using you have to actually enable at least one of the super DM ones. There are three options: email, SimpleX. You can do either of them.
Okay, so
and then super DMs. Then after you do that, you will see a button in your tip page below your image that says super DM. And clicking that will lead them to the page where they pay the minimum amount or more if they want to. And a direct chat will be opened for them. Same for you here as well in the super DMs page. Awesome. And you can just directly chat with each other for as long as you want. And then either of the sides, if they want, they can just end the super DM, and the super DM will no longer be able to be sent any messages inside it. So that's how it works.
Oh, wait, yeah. I want to make sure I fully. So if I connect Signal, right? And then I get a super DM. I'm just getting a message that I've received a super DM, correct?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Also, you also get a message that says you have a new message in super DM. So both of them, both creating the super DM and getting a message inside the super DM.
Awesome.
By the way, these are completely encrypted, the messages. Like even XMRChat can't read your messages. The only way that you can decrypt them is using the encryption keys. Yeah.
Awesome.
You gotta save it. Say the settings here. Yeah.
So yeah, so I can only turn on Signal or SimpleX.
You haven't connected SimpleX, that's why that's disabled for you.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Got it. It says not connected.
Yeah.
An XMR Bazaar, I have it connected. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta save that one. Also, yeah, go back to super DMs. You also have to configure it. But when creating the keys, you gotta, I don't know.
So minimum super DM amount. So we'll make it, I don't know, 0.01 Monero. Save. Turn it on.
Yeah, and one last thing is that you gotta click create generate new. It will show a dialog for you. Right now you don't have any keys, you can't recover anything. So you generate new one. It actually gets saved on your browser, so even you don't actually have to type them right now. But just in case, if you really
now, is the user gonna know that they have to do that? Like,
yeah, right now if you go to the Super DMs page, you will still see that you need to configure it. It will on the top. It will say that you have.
Okay. Configure Super DM settings. No Super DMs received yet. Super DMs are not configured. Okay. Yeah, maybe you have like a step 1, step 2. I don't know. Just something so that people know that they have to take action.
It could be, yeah. But for now,
I'll just do generate. So I just do generate new, right?
Yeah. Just click it right now, and
generate new.
It will give you keys, but it's gonna be shown on the stream. But you can later just generate new ones, and these ones will be just unusable basically.
Okay.
It's like the phrases that you use for your wallet or something for encryption.
Yeah, so make sure to generate them either off screen or make sure to generate new ones after the stream is over.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
I think you got to refresh it. You refresh the page. I think it didn't pick up the.
Save.
Yeah, go back to Super DMs, the main page. Can you give it a refresh, please? Just it should have been gone right now, but.
Oh, okay.
It
worked.
So on your page, if you go to your tip page now, or like if you're logged in, not logged in, it doesn't matter because you are as a viewer. It will show Super DM button that actually on the tip page. This is your own page on the tip page that viewers see. Yeah.
Yep, I'm signed in as a viewer right now, and I see like XMR Monero Talk, and then I see the stream, and then I see Super DM Monero Talk.
Yeah,
and
that's actually a little bit off. I haven't checked the case where you are like where the user is streaming. But if you are not streaming, the logo will be placed better. It's fine though. So it's really simple and straightforward. You just enter your name. This is as a viewer that is sending message, sending a super DM to the creator. So you just put your name or anything that you want. It doesn't really matter. And the amount, which should be minimum, the one that is specified in the settings. You can also use the swap here as well. You can pay anything, any other coin as well. Then you just start a super DM. Once you pay it, it will open up the chat screen, which both sides can talk to each other basically.
This may just be a pet peeve of mine, but why is Monero Talk after the Super DM button instead of before it?
Because right now, Monero Talk page is streaming right now, and the banner is replaced with the streaming icon. But once because it's as streaming, it's just a UI thing. I forgot to fix that one.
Okay.
It will be the logo of the Monero Talk, and below that will be the button. Right now, because it's streaming, it doesn't show the logo. That's why it's just misplaced, basically.
Okay, yeah, because right now I'm seeing like the streaming thing, and then I see Super DM, and then it pushes Monero Talk and the other logos like X, Link, YouTube, Rumble, or whatever off to the side.
Yeah.
Now, but like you're saying, so obviously as you know, as a content provider or whatever, somebody with an XMRChat account, I create one key. But if I'm just a tipper and I'm sending a tip, and then I also now want to send a super DM, I have to create a key for each new person that I'm entering into super DMs with.
Yes, exactly. You can actually do it right now as well. You can, if you don't have to pay it. If you open it, the pop-up will show you that what you're supposed to do. And basically, if you try it, you're trying to make sure it is clear for the viewers as well. So you
so
can
what do you want me to do? Go through the motions?
Yeah, just put anything there and put the amount that you are willing to pay for starting the super DM.
Wait, I made my minimum. Let's see what happens. Oh no, it's telling
me. You can't.
Okay.
Put your, you gotta.
Okay, sweet. Monero, okay.
Yeah, you gotta
start super DM. Start super DM. Save super DM ID and recovery code. Please save super DM ID and recovery key. The keys cannot be reused. You will not be able to recover, decrypt the messages without them. XMRChat will not store your recovery keys. Okay, so the person just has to copy the text and save it.
Yeah, even if you don't save it, it will be saved on your browser. But if you want to use it on another browser, you just have to have it on. That's basically needed. Okay. And here you just after
similar to XMR Bazaar, right? So anybody that uses XMR Bazaar, it's the same.
Yes.
You know, similar with the keys, with the PGP.
Yeah.
Show keys. Do not tip with streamer wallet. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you're logged in and you are making it to your own page. That's why it shows that. But
yeah.
Okay. Viewers, yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. Yeah, I don't know if somebody wants to try it. I'll have to lower the amount. The tip amount here. Lower the amount.
You'll have to lower the amount. I thought that was actually pretty low.
Well, maybe I'll raise it eventually. But if you want to just, no, I mean for myself, yeah. For people that want to, let's see, super DMs, super DM settings. I'm gonna make it 0.001. So if anybody wants to send me a test super DM, yeah, I should have it set up because it's connected to a Signal. I should get a notification.
Yeah, you are supposed to receive one.
I get my XMR Bazaar notifications all the time, and it is quite useful.
I think you should get them for Signal as well, right? You are getting
I got one. New super DM from Nihilist. About 0.0123. Wow, he tipped at the 0.0123. New message in super DM from Nihilist. Awesome.
Okay, so here, if you open Super DM's page right now, here just on the menu, yeah, you will see that Nihilist has a super DM with them.
Awesome. I hope you didn't tip and I hope you didn't send anything sensitive there, Nihilist.
I know. Should I not open it? Maybe I won't open it unless he tells me he wants me to open it. I assume it's okay. Yeah. Nihilist, should I open it? No comment. I am opening it. If Doug has 1 million fans, then I'm one of them. If Doug has 10 fans, then I am one of them. If Doug has only 1 fan, then that is me. If Doug has no fans, then that means I am no longer on Earth. If the world is against Doug, then I am against the world. Wow. Thank you, Nihilist.
What if Doug has OnlyFans?
My 1 fan? Doug doesn't use OnlyFans. He uses only 1 fan. Doug has only 1 fan. The Nihilist.
There is also a little indicator for the side of the sender right now. Nihilist says like a little check beside the date, which means that you read the message just because you opened the chat. And it is live. You can, once you send it, it will also be visible for you as well if you send anything. Yeah.
Super DM user. Bam. Cool.
Oh, to be fair, I could see OnlyFans creators using this.
Well, you know, it'll be used for whatever it's used for. We're just creating a tool.
That's a little issue. I'm not sure why you got there when sending it, but yeah, I will check it
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, maybe look into that because it's yeah, I guess it didn't go through.
No, it didn't send it for some reason. If there was any error, I will just check it. Sorry about that. We had tested multiple times. I'm not sure why that popped up.
Testing it live, guys. Awesome, though. Great work. I'm very excited. Yeah, I'm very excited to see how it gets used.
Yeah. Thanks for using it here as well.
Yeah. Like I said, I do think it'd be cool. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking it would lead to more use than it actually would. But if you could effectively tip anybody, and then they get notified that they received this tip on XMRChat, I think you could just help grow it, right? People will be, you know, sending tips. Let me send Nick Fuentes, you know, 1 Monero, right? And if he sees it enough times that he can go retrieve his Monero that he's been receiving, his Monero DMs, and he can go read his Monero DMs. Oh, look, I have 10 Monero sitting here.
Maybe Nick Fuentes needs a Monero.
Maybe he needs a Monero Super DM. Maybe he needs a Monero Super DM.
Maybe you need a Monero.
So
I'm still Tux's little mashup thing.
Will they let him have a Monero? I don't know. Like the heat is on, you know? Like the heat is on Nick Fuentes now.
If he starts talking about Zcash and not talking about Monero, then we know. We know the jig is up. They're like, all right. No, but
bro, my heart will break. My heart will break for him. Be like,
Tux,
you were speaking your truth, and now like they got you.
I don't see that happening. Actually, I'd be surprised. I'd be very surprised.
Hey, what's the latest? There's like a court case with the guy that supposedly, allegedly shot Charlie Kirk, but we don't like actually believe that because that's not a 30-06.
I haven't been following that at all, to be honest.
He's like, I don't know. He's got a trial. Like they fast tracked him through the trial process somehow.
Yeah. Wait, I don't know. Is anybody keeping up with that?
I haven't kept up with it.
Yeah. SA, I don't know if you're there. We got a question, a tip about the super DM. Is the idea that the message sent should include contact info that the receiver can use to reply, or how does that work? How can the receiver reply?
Receiver? How do they mean by receiver? Like,
no, he's saying so. Like Neil just sent me a message, right? I replied. How is Neil's getting that message? It's going to.
It's actually like they also have the chat screen, just like the one you had. You can just both chat like as long as you want. But
even though Neil's doesn't have an account on XMRChat, he has the key, the PGP key that has a conversation with me, that he can
Yes.
access via XMRChat.com.
Yeah, he just has to know to go back.
It's very cool. It's very cool that he doesn't even need an account to start using it.
Yeah, he just has to know that he has to come back like maybe a day later or something like that and check back.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the only.
No, I mean, I guess next iteration would be to give the tippers accounts, right? So that then they can set up notifications on their end and whatnot, and then they don't need to create unique keys for, or even if they do, it's all saved under one login, right?
Yeah, basically.
Like if Neolis can now log in and the chat is there with me, the key is obviously saved there, and then if he goes and tips a new person, he wouldn't have to generate a new key.
Yeah, but we tried to keep it no account for the viewer. That's why we took this approach. So every time he is going to create a super DM, he is going to have to save new keys. But he doesn't actually have to save them because they are saved on the browser basically. But if he wants to use it on another browser, he has to save them. He can actually later on recover that. There's like open super DM button when you're trying to create a super DM. Using that, he can recover the super DM that he already has and it hasn't saved basically. But yeah, there is no account. That's how we decided to do basically.
Right. But do you think that's something we want to consider adding next? What do you think?
Probably, yeah, we could, but we try to maybe keep it optional because for someone that's trying to just maybe let's say like
it's friction. Creating an account is extra friction. This gets them to just easily send the tip.
Exactly.
Okay. But now, if I'm sending tips, I have an account. Is it a little different then for me, or it's the same user experience?
So it's the same. So although you are a streamer, but if you are creating different super DMs on other pages, you're gonna have to save different keys. Basically, it's the same. Okay. So we don't require the authentication, and we don't actually ask them to create one.
Okay. But yeah, I would say that's probably the next thing for us to think about. Yeah, them creating accounts eventually. Cool. Awesome, man. Great job. Great work. XMR bar tipped 0.01 XMR. Amazing work, XMRChat. Yeah, for sure. And thank you, XMR bar. I don't know if those guys have anything new. They
Oh, that reminds me. They helped me out, and I'm going to be bringing something really cool to Monerotopia with the XMR bar guys.
Oh, awesome.
I know you're no longer involved with the Moneronoto project, Doug, but do you know by chance like how many pre-orders that the second batch has and when they might ship out? Because I was talking to somebody who was interested, and we're like, I don't know when they're gonna. I don't know like how many there are or when they might possibly ship. It could be now or it could be August.
I don't know if they've, since not being a part of it, I don't know how many orders they've gotten and what they consider their threshold. They should be close. I would think I would hope they would make the same threshold of 100, and then they should be pretty close. I would think.
Nicholas is asking if he could be brought front stage. I think he's in the backstage right now.
Oh, yeah, there he goes. Oops.
Sorry, I had some problem with my mic. No, it's okay.
No worries.
Sorry.
Thank you for the tip, man. Thank you for the first super DM.
You're welcome. Got to test always.
Awesome. Yeah, actually, I see XMR Bar has a nice Christmas theme going over here. Very nice, very nice.
Poor Neolis, though, will just never get an answer to his super DM because there was an error sending it.
Yeah.
Yes, I will fix that today.
First error.
I got the answer on stream, don't worry.
Very nice. All right, guys.
You want to call it? You want to call it, Doug?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind calling it.
I'm cool with that.
Getting on with non-Monero life for a little bit. It's always part of my life, guys. It's no matter Where I turn, it's there. Fully integrated. It's funny, man. Like we end the show, and then like I just end up like looking for the next Monero related thing anyway. So we should just run this thing 24/7.
Fucking addicted.
It's an addiction,
Bro, I actually realized something today. Right now, there's a lot of lore happening. Like the thing that Bitcoin became, like I don't think we're never gonna become that, but Monero is gonna blow up, guys. Like it's happening. It's happening, and it can't be stopped at this point. Like no amount of price, like if I want to talk about how the price is gonna stay low, right? Stable coin, whatever. Like I can't stop it, you can't stop it. But what's gonna happen is a lot of the guys that were early in Bitcoin, that's what we are now. So it kind of, in a way, I felt like, hey, you know, be careful, right? Like understand who you are and what you're saying.
Great power becomes great responsibility. Yeah. It's true. Be careful out there, guys.
Help us suppress the price by selling your Monero.
You know, and that is the one good thing. You know, they had the stay humble and stack sats. The stay
if
humble.
only they had stayed humble.
Yeah, if only they actually followed their own advice. Definitely stay humble, guys. Stay private if you can, right? I did this out of a sacrifice, so you didn't have to.
Have fun staying private.
Douglas Tuman sacrificed himself so that we didn't have to be popular. You don't even like. I think everyone here gets it. Like, I don't want to be popular, man. I'm not interested in being like the cult, right? I'm not interested in being the face. Yeah. But it kind of like hit me today. I was like, wait a second, we're about to break new all-time highs, enter price discovery, even as Bitcoin is like faltering. And what's going to happen here is like we're going to get known, like all of us. Tuxedo, Ulysses, SA, Shortwave, Nihilist.
When will Bawdy be on Bloomberg? When will Bawdy? When will I be driving? Like, holy motherfucker! Holy shit!
Bro, I've got friends in low places, and I'm not.
Okay.
The day they invite me to Bloomberg, I'm like, oh fuck, we won.
You'd be surprised, man.
Cost?
Like, if I was a journalist and I'm like trying to get somebody to talk to about Monero, you're pretty high up there on the list. There's extremely competent, well-spoken Monero people. So,
well, thank you, my brother.
You'd be surprised. Tux, obviously.
Yeah. Guys, sorry, I gotta leave. But Doc, thanks for testing that, and sorry for the issue that came up. Nihilist couldn't get his response.
No worries. Yeah, let us know what goes on with that. Send me a DM. Non-super one.
Yeah.
I forgive you. No worries.
And
thanks, guys.
Yeah,
see you guys later.
Thank you so much, man. And
no
obviously,
worries.
hop on anytime, and we'll continue to bring up the updates on XMRChat.
Sure. There you go.
Later, man. Yeah, but yeah, Buddy's right. Right. I think it's kind of a given at this point. We've reached the tipping point. Cat's out of the bag. The world needs a global digital cash utility that's not tied to anything. Monero is in the running, currently winning.
I think we might have to investigate Doug for animal cruelty for putting cats in bags.
What? What is this?
You said the cat's out of the bag.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I was thinking we might have to investigate.
I'm letting cats out of bags. I'm not putting them in.
But why did you put them in the bags to begin with?
I'm announcing.
Libertad Carajo.
All right, guys.
I am not a big cat person though. I'm sorry, Shortwave. I'm more of a dog guy. All right, guys. We will end it on that. Thank you so much. We do these shows every Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Enjoy Monero season. See you guys next week.
Yeah, happy XMR.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Happy New Year. See you soon. See you in the new year.
Peace.
Thank you for joining us on this week's Monerotopia episode. We stream live shows every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. You can find and subscribe to our show on YouTube, Odyssey, Rumble, Twitch, iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to follow us on X or join us in the Monerotopia Telegram group. See you all next week.